Welcome to post-race here of night number 1 of the Extreme powered by Mediacom 360 Knoxville Nationals presented by Great Southern Bank. You join us here in Casey's Victory Lane here on the Team Jetco, ShopTrackThreads.com, and Impact Signs, Awnings, and Wraps post-race show here on Knoxville Nights. I'm Blake Walker. He's Josh Gerlach, wrapping up from night number 1. It's a hot, humid night. It rained a lot yesterday here in Knoxville, Iowa. The track was interesting. I thought it was really good for the heat races for what it needed to be. Obviously, passing points were really big. I thought the crowd was great. Overall, night 1, I'd say it was a pretty successful start to the week.
I like a filled grandstands, and for, a Thursday night of 360 Nationals, I feel like it was really good. Almost seemed like the moisture started to come back a little bit in the feature time and was locked down a little bit on the bottom more than probably most would have liked, but still felt like it was good. We got the lap traffic, and I think Gio Scelzi was just that good that it was going to take a lot to pass him.
Yeah, absolutely. Aaron Reutzel was our quick time qualifier tonight. Remember how we were saying last time, he just doesn't have a lot of laps here. Is he going to be okay? He shut everybody up. If you had any doubts, he shut everybody up tonight.
I did say that you'd have to be a fool to pick against him, and then I picked against him. So
yeah,
what does that tell you?
It's kind of how that works. We don't have all the results in front of us, but we'll talk about the feature. Giovanni Scelzi picks up just his second sprint car win of the season, the Bob Weichert Memorial, and now here. It's the second time he's ever won a 360 Nationals prelim night. He did it back in 2021, and guess what? He won the Nationals then just a couple days later. Gio sets himself up well, Josh. The car looks really good. Started on the front row. That's expected, but the car looked like he has the ability to move up through the field. He's going to need to do it, as he's probably going to be starting 5th, 4th, 3 row, probably 4th or in the 5th row. He's got work to do on Saturday.
And he had work to do tonight. He pulled off in hot laps, and with one engine from Trey Starks, he dives into it a little bit more. It was probably some scrambling that was going on down there, and to rebound to end up 5th in points, he's 473. He talks about it. We'll see how that shakes out. Solid. He's definitely locked into the show for sure, but we'll just have to see how things shake out tomorrow night. And yeah, good. Looking forward to a good Friday night prelim, man.
Yeah. Going into turn 3 and 4 on the final lap, Aaron Reutzel was already our high point man. And then he said, I might need a couple more points. So he somehow passes Kyle Larson coming to the start-finish line in a photo finish for second. Aaron gets second. Car was fast all night. Made passes in the heat race. Obviously set himself up well with qualifying. Aaron Reutzel will be on the front row. Will probably be our pole sitter on Saturday night. He will be the car to beat.
And he should have won a few years ago, but he missed out by like this much right
finish.
Back there with Brian Brown. He's already won one. What year was that?
That was 2022.
Thank you. This is why you're here, Blake. The guy knows how to win. He's won here a lot in 410s, 360s. I mean, it's going to be tough to beat the 87 off the front row.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be fun to watch.
Kyle Larson was 3rd, just loses it at the start-finish line. What will that make a difference? I don't know. I think he's probably going to start 8th if I had to guess, 7th or 8th, somewhere around there. He didn't feel too confident in victory lane because it's 30 laps, and he's like, well, it's kind of hard to move through the field. He's Kyle Larson, of course he's going to say that. But only Nationals he's going to have a chance at because he's not going to be able to race next Saturday. Probably going to have a hungry Kyle Larson. The car was fast, but it just didn't seem like anything too crazy. He did make good moves in the heat race to at least get himself into the A main.
Yeah, and I mean, the track, there's going to be a lot more cars that are going to be putting a lot more laps on the track on Saturday. The weather is what it is. The forecast, who knows? We'll see how that plays out.
Saturday looks fine.
Saturday
looks
looks
like
good. Friday
Friday
looks a little iffy, but yeah, when you have a full infield of cars and a lot of laps, it's going to get wide. It always does. The Duncans are going to have this place looking really good, and I mean, come on. If Kyle Larson if he's in the field and he's in the front half of the field, I don't care what you tell me.
Yeah.
He's a threat to win.
Chase Randall was 4th. Good run for Chase Randall. Made a move for 2nd at one point. Just couldn't quite hold on to the top 3 finish. Good run.
Double click on the they've kind of come here at a good time. They've taken their lumps
at a good time.
Taken their lumps on the high limit tour this year, and I mean he looks comfortable again here. What was it? A few earlier this year, they were looking off still a little
second
bit.
Last week in the Lazowski tribute. So
yes, looks like old Chase Randall again.
Yeah, it does. It looks like the Chase Randall that has 7 wins here overall.
That's exactly right.
And a track championship. James McFadden was 5th. Under the radar. That's all we have to say. We said that in our preview. Corey Dago's +4 to finish 6th. Probably not exactly what Corey wanted. It's gonna be close. He should be in. I'd say that because he has to race the O'Reilly race on Saturday night. He should be able to make it in time, but good run for Corey.
Yeah, he ended up with 459 points. Thanks to Wikipedia. I know he did some averages, and it sounds like 451 has been the cutoff line for, I think he said the 6th, 7th, 8th, year in a row. But I think he'll be good. Might be towards the back of the AMA come Saturday.
Yeah,
but
and even if he has to run the B. I think he should be okay on
Yeah.
time. So
Yep.
we'll see what happens. Justin Peck was 7th. Good run for him, +5. Justin Henderson 8th. Brock Searfoss 9th. And Ryan Levitt started on the front row. He is 10th. We'll talk about him in points here in just a second. Riley Goodnow, biggest mover of the race, +11. Finishes 11th. Sets himself up well. I believe he's 8th in points. Dason Pursley, Austin McCarl, who had a terrible pill draw, really kind of put him behind the 8 ball. He's probably going to be in the B, not the night that Austin was looking for. Tanner Holmes, 14th. Chris Martin, 15th. Carson McCarl, 16th. Matt Jewell, 17th. Brady Baker, 18th. John Carney, 19th. Caleb Johnson was 20th. Cale Thomas was 21st. Cade Morton, 22nd. Timothy Smith, 23rd. And Tony Ross round out your 24-car field. Let's take a look at those point standings. Giovanni Scelzi with the win, but he's 5th in points. That's usually what we see on a prelim night, and instead of you start passing guys. Reutzel leads by 10 points. That might not seem like a lot.
Nobody's touching him.
No, but Reutzel probably will not be touched. James McFadden is 2nd, 10 points back. Justin Henderson, qualifying helps Henderson out. Maybe not the finish he was wanting in the feature, 8th, but 3rd.
Another one. He had fuel issues?
Yeah,
in hot laps?
yeah, had fuel issues
He was
in hot
another one that
laps.
pulled in. Him and Ian Madsen, they are clicking so well. It's again, we've said this multiple times. I
Yeah.
wish Ian was racing. However, he's not. He's found a good spot, and they are really clicking. And I mean, shoot, what was it last week? Blake, he was like 3/10 faster than the field in qualifying last week. Also,
ran a 14.9 in qualifying.
yeah, we know how much that is important here this week and next week. Watch out for the 11 car.
Kyle Larson is 4th in points. Giovanni Scelzi is 5th. Chase Randall is 6th. Dason Pursley 7th. Riley Goodnow is 8th. Corey Day is 9th. And Ryan Levitt is 10th. Again, 20 cars make it, correct?
Yes.
Not 16. So 20 cars because we don't have Hard Knocks night. So you're like, well, top 10, but again, it's going to be tight.
And those 10 are above that projected cutoff line. Everybody else is below it.
Ryan Levitt has 457 points. Justin Peck has 448. He's in 11th. Chris Martin is 12th. Brock Searfoss is 13th. Caleb Johnson, 14th. Cale Thomas, 15th. And Austin McCarl is 16th. I'll just get the rest of the top 20 here. Tanner Holmes is 17th. Matt Jewell, 18th. Tony Ross is 19th. And John Carney is 20th. Giovanni Scelzi joins us post-race here after his night 1 victory here for the 360 Knoxville Nationals. I'll start out with how your night started because we heard over the radio spark plug change. Did you think your week was over in hot laps?
A little bit, yeah. You know, he didn't run in hot laps, and we just got this motor. It was in Charlotte Tuesday night, and the guys left Wednesday morning to come here. So, yeah, first off, thank you for Trey for giving us a motor to run. Obviously, wish it wouldn't have had a problem there in hot laps, but Charlie Fisher come over and worked on it, and we were kind of thrashing. We didn't really have a whole lot to change. We changed mag box and spark plugs and found a plug wire that was crushed on the connector. So, a lot of good guys working around the race car trying to figure stuff out. Chad Boat actually kind of found it. But yeah, like you have no motor to change. You don't have time to change it. So I kind of thought it was going to be a spectator weekend for me.
Just kind of a hope, go out there for qualifying and just hope that it's going to run.
Yeah, I asked Eric, I was like, man, if it runs like shit, do you still want me to get a lap? And he said, yeah, he's like, just try to at least lay something down and not be completely dead last. So yeah, it seemed like it picked up better there for qualifying and actually ran. And then got the plug wire changed for the heat race in the feature, and it ran fully.
So a tough field tonight. My opinion, it's the tougher of the 2 nights. I don't know what you would think about that, but you ended up where you at 5th in points, 473 right now. Any idea roughly, or have you even thought about how that might line you up for Saturday?
I don't know. I figured row 3 at best and probably row 5 at worst, somewhere in there. So I don't know. It depends, right? Like, you know, I feel like the first night of a 3-day show without rain is normally faster, and you got a lot of rain last night. So the bottom was wide open, obviously, and it really threw a bunch of stuff up around the top. But kudos to Knoxville for getting us something to race on. I know the pits were a disaster yesterday when I was here, and the campground as well. So I know they work hard, and they have a good handle on this place.
Talk about the actual race, got to lap traffic, and everybody was on the bottom. You couldn't really get to the top. You got 2 lap cars separated between yourself and Larson at one point, and then did you really overthink the final restart? You know, I got to get to the bottom, and I pretty much know where I'm going to be if I get to clean air.
I mean, I started, not feeling bad in dirty air, but got off my lane, right? Like you had guys entering on the bottom and kind of slide in the middle, and you had such a big cushion there at the center of the corner to slide up and not really miss the bottom. It didn't really punish you for missing it. So I saw how dirty the middle was, and you really couldn't even see the cushion in 1 and 2. So part of me kind of just thought, hey, run through the middle wide open and move up a lane, and kind of figured going to the bottom and hitting it well, at least in 1 and 2, would kind of keep Kyle at least off my right rear to not be able to kind of chop me and get that lane back. So ran the bottom wide open in 1 and 2, ran the bottom in 3 and 4 wide open, and just stayed down there.
Late race yellow, what's going through your mind? Basically, I know you talked about ripping the bottom there. Was there any really other choice than just doing that and hope you can go off, run and hide and clean air, and let the chips fall how they do?
Yeah, I saw Kyle was in second. I think Chase was in third on the restart, and figured the only chance Kyle really had was either traffic or be able to kind of blaze a lane around me if I missed the bottom. But the bottom had so much grip. It was still a tiny bit greasy where you could really get turned and get up on the berm and roll around there good. So we made a big change before the feature after the heat race, and felt like we got our car a lot better.
The season has been good for you. You've been very consistent, one of the most consistent in high limit. Now you've knocked off 2 pretty decently sized wins here in the last 2 weeks. You got to be feeling pretty good. I mean, how do you feel mentally, especially going into the biggest event of the year?
Yeah, I mean, you have these points, right? Like our whole season is centered around this next weekend. So the Knoxville Outlaw shows in April and June are 2 big checkpoints for us, and we struggled really bad in April and brought a different package in June and got to a dash spot from 6 and it rained out. So came here again for a local show and struggled again. So obviously a 410's a lot different here than the 360, but I feel like we kind of have a box that we're trying to stay in, whether it's Port Royal or Davenport or Knoxville. So it seems like once you kind of get a combination that works, it works everywhere.
You've won this race in 2021. Compared and looking back to prelim and going into Saturday, won the prelim there too. Any comparisons? Similar feel, vibe as to the 2021 year, or how would you classify it?
I don't know. I look back at the race in 2021, and I mean the track was unbelievable. I mean you had 2 lanes that were essentially even with a middle you could run, and obviously with the rain again tonight, you really didn't have that. But I feel like once they get going through the week and kind of get the track sorted out, I feel like 360s definitely don't wear the track out as much as 410s do when they're running by themselves. So we'll kind of see what the weather does throughout the week and humidity and stuff. That all plays a huge factor in what the surface is like.
Last question for you. There's a couple Chili's in Des Moines. You going tomorrow?
I know there's one in Ankeny, and I'll probably end up going to it.
Triple dippers tomorrow. Gio, we appreciate your time. Congrats on the win tonight.
Yep, thank you guys.
A lot to look forward to for tomorrow night. There's a lot of, what's going to happen. But overall, very fun night here in night number 1.
Yeah, I mean the weather was pretty good. It was a little more humid than I would have liked, but
Very
the racing action was good.
My clothes are sticking to my body right now. It's not
Welcome
great.
to the infield,
Yeah,
my
I know.
friend. It's been like that all night.
I know. I haven't been down here in a while.
We'd be remiss. Cade's obviously not here. They did not have
Not a good night.
Not the night that they were looking for. He is not here because they think they may have found an issue with the race car. So
They're
they are
going
going to
right
get
to the
that to the shop.
Yeah.
Might be building a new one. We'll see how that goes. But hopefully we have Cade back here tomorrow night, the rest of the week, and be digging out of a hole, unfortunately for him. But looking forward to Friday night. Should be another doozy, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. We appreciate everyone for watching here on our post-race show. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Team Jetco, ShopTrackThreads.com, and Impact Signs, Awnings, and Wraps for hopping on board with us here for the Nationals, 360, Capitani Classic, maybe the next 2 races on Monday and Tuesday, and then obviously the 410 Nationals. We're going to have a lot of fun this week. If you're watching on YouTube, leave a like, subscribe. We really appreciate it. And make sure to also share it if you want. Share it out. A lot of new people coming here. It helps us more
than you think.
Yeah, a lot of other people coming here to the Nationals, so that'll be really fun. And if you're listening on podcasts, make sure to leave 5 stars and whatnot. If you're watching on Dirt Vision and you missed tonight by any chance, go buy a subscription or buy the pay-per-view. You don't want to miss what we're seeing here at the Knoxville Nationals.
You know what emoji to leave.
What?
There's only one answer, Blake.
The moth?
No.
Well, it was.
Leave the damn chili pepper.
Oh, the chili
Come
pepper.
on,
well,
dude.
sorry, it was moths galore
That's
out
true.
here.
There's
We
a lot
had
of bugs
a
out
bug
here.
store. So if you watch to this point, leave the chili emoji. We really appreciate it, and Giovanni Scelzi would appreciate it as well. I'm Blake Walker. He's Josh Gerlach. We say so long from night 1 of the Extreme, powered by Mediacom 360 Knoxville Nationals, presented by Great Southern Bank. We'll see everyone tomorrow.